Hey, church, welcome back to Zoom Calls with Marc. We are in installment number 5, I believe, of Zoom Calls. We've been having a great time getting to know both our church people as well as Sway Valilla, a church planter of one of our sister churches in the area. We've talked with various ministries, and we're still planning on talking with more ministries as it goes along. But tonight, we're sitting down with Roger Oakley of the Outreach Ministry. And you might not know Roger super well, and I mean, we all know, Roger, you're the world's biggest extrovert there is. So I don't know why people don't fully know you yet. I mean, Kara definitely is an extrovert. There's no question with that one. But I figure it's be a cool opportunity just for people to get to know you a little bit, Roger, and just know your story, know your background, know where you come from, and hopefully see what this whole outreach thing for church is all about. So if you don't mind me asking, do you mind introducing yourself real quick?
Sure. I'm Roger Oakley. I've been going to Southside Baptist Church for about 10 years and I've been enjoying every bit. Met a lot of new people and I love our worship service. I miss it quite a bit, actually, with everything that's going on in the world today. But I have a wonderful wife. Her name is Kara. I think some of you may know her. I have 3 children, Ben, Libby, Abby, and in this area for, I don't know, around 20-something years, somewhere in there, 20 years. Not always been here. A lot of my past has been in the southern states, Kentucky and Tennessee, and so forth. That's a little about me.
Yeah, and I will say you joked that you're in the sticks, and I mean, North Liberty compared to South Bend is definitely the sticks, like no questions asked. So if people are wondering if there's a glitch or anything weird or there's a weird voice sync, that's the issue is Comcast needs to get up to North Liberty. That's kind of just, down to North Liberty because you guys aren't up. You guys are down.
Yeah. Trying to get MediaCom.
Which is something better than DSL, slow.
Yeah.
I honestly forget how far away North Liberty is.
Yeah, North Liberty is about, I want to say 18 miles or so away from South Bend. It takes us around 20 minutes to get to church on Sunday mornings.
Which is nuts because I live like a mile from the church. Like I walk sometimes, and it's great. Absolutely. I don't know how I could. Well, I drove 18 miles, I guess, for a while, but nope. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. So you're the real trooper who, when there's those nasty snowstorms and you guys still are trucking to church.
Yep, we'll make it.
We'll make you guys the what's the word I'm looking for? The example of you can't make it to church. Well, Oakleys are here and they're from North Liberty.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh goodness, I love it, man. Well, hey, so you are our outreach director. Pastor Scott approached you to lead that ministry team. Was that a year ago? About a year ago?
Yeah, a little over a year ago, about 2 years ago.
But this isn't your first rodeo with the outreach ministry.
No, the church that I went to before was in Plymouth, and I was on the outreach team there. I was the leader of the team. So, yeah, this is number 2, I guess, the second church that I've been involved with the outreach team with. So I enjoy it. Like you said, the big extrovert that I am.
The world's biggest extrovert leading the extrovert ministry.
Yeah, so that's definitely a God thing. But I do enjoy talking to others about Christ whenever the opportunity presents itself. And I like getting out into the community as much as I can. I'm in it with what I do anyway with work, but I like to do it more so with the community of Christians, and get out there and start talking to people and pointing them out to God and our church. That's a goal. I really would like to get involved in the community more, whether that's through events or some other kind of activity to get people involved in doing something with the church. So that's a goal for sure.
Yeah, and if you don't mind me asking, I'll chase that rabbit trail about how we can get into our community a little bit better, just in a little bit. But what were some of the things that you guys were able to pull off down in Plymouth with the outreach team down there? Because I don't even fully know the answer to this question.
Yeah, it was kind of broad. We started off with an annual friend day, it's what we called it, where all the church members, different teams within the church, there were several of those as well, would come together for one event every year in the fall to invite people they know that don't know Jesus to Friend Day. And Friend Day basically was blow up bouncy houses, playing music, cooking out, and people getting together and knowing one another, and opportunities would present themselves, and people would get to share a little bit in a more natural environment versus, knocking on doors or whatever, to get people focused on Christ. And it was pretty successful. We would have pretty good numbers coming in, and we'd always follow up at the end and go talk to the folks that did, to see if they had any needs, or if we need, any prayer requests, or if they wanted to make a decision. It just depended on the person and what we knew that we needed to possibly do. But it was a really good experience. It definitely got you out of your comfort zone of believers, your church body. And it made it easier because, you got the other guy next to you that was helping along with you, and it caused you to grow in your faith. I mean, just by being able to just take those few little baby steps, to put your faith on the line and show people that you really love God. So it was an awesome experience. That was just one of the things that we did. Food pantries, we started those too, to try to reach some of the folks, and we'd go out to certain areas in town there and deliver care packages to folks that needed them.
Oh, wow.
And we kind of hooked up with the food pantry here in South Bend to buy most of our food, and we knew from them too as well who needed, people that repeated or frequented there that was local. We were able to have an understanding of where we needed to focus and talk to those folks as we were passing out packages about Jesus. And it was pretty successful too. People would start coming to church, and it was a good time. Definitely growing experiences there. And then, we also would go to nursing homes and assisted living homes or areas to talk to some of the older folks, have a mini church service for them, puppet shows. We would have the youth involved in helping do that. There was quite a few things that we tried to do to get into the community, and for the most part, we didn't, we just call in to whichever assisted living place to see if we could set up a time or appointment, and we would go out and talk to the people, love on them, spend some time with them, share our faith with them, and learn.
So everything I'm hearing you say, it almost seems like it's less about a program and more about just getting to know people relationally and building bridges and connections. Do you think we as a church, I mean, this is just more me being curious, do you think we as a church make outreach too complicated?
We can, definitely so. I mean, our pastor said it before about not so long ago, and I remember him saying it is about, we have to have this plan all formulated and all the I's dotted and T's crossed before we go out to do anything. And really, all it really is just you putting that first foot forward and going out and doing it. And then whatever God leads you or wherever he leads you to go, making the best of the opportunity that he gives you. And
That's really cool.
Yeah, you're right. it's planning, but it's also spontaneity, just going out and trying to make those new relationships with folks. And, when you got a whole church body doing it, God blesses that greatly. Hmm. And I think, we put up our wall for 2020 and people started praying about their ones. And that's, God's going to bless that too. I think old Satan's definitely got his hand in the equation with it all now with staying home, but it doesn't stop. Praying never stops, never cease praying. So,
no, that's super cool. So if you don't mind me asking, what are some of the goals, I guess you can say, of ways that you want our church to be able to reach our local community?
Well, I think the first thing I would like to do is, like I was talking about, is getting more involved in our community. And in particular, I think we started down that road already with the Scottsdale area. And I just think that getting our face out there and talking to folks is probably going to be the biggest thing we can do to just share our faith, invite people. Maybe it is going to like a ball diamond, a little league team. I'm not sure what the answer is for sure, but I know the first place to start and a goal that I would like to pursue would be to get out in the community, maybe have some of those events to draw people in and just start talking to them.
So it seems like a lot of where your mindset isn't the whole, because I guess I come from the background of church that I come from, where we would put on these massive events, these massive ordeals. I mean, we basically turned summer camp into a 2-day thing for teenagers, and that was our outreach. We weren't told to outreach besides like this was the thing you bring people to, and that's it. But it's almost like it seems like your vision is let's just try to connect with what's going on and just meet people where they're at and talk with them.
Yeah, and then God's gonna show you where you need to be. I mean, if you're praying, you're actively pursuing to share your faith with someone, and the opportunities sooner or later are going to come. It's just whether or not you're going to have your eyes open to see it. And sometimes it's just getting out there and going for it.
And coming from, this is the extrovert talking, that's terrifying to me.
It is. It's very terrifying. I mean, you can study and have a method, ABCs, the 3 circles, practice. But the most natural thing that I can say for any one person that ever wants to share their faith is they already are equipped with the tool, their own personal testimony. And maybe not every time you can get into full detail, where you can share your full blown testimony, but you have a powerful witness and that alone. And God will use that when you're sharing your faith with someone. I mean, they can't take that away from you. I mean, they may not want to believe it, but it's the truth. It's your truth. And then, sharing that, it's powerful. You'd be surprised just opening up like that and sharing your own faith. Not only will it bless you, or God will bless you, but in turn, you may be that person in the link that God gives the opportunity to for you to see, or for them to come to salvation, to see Christ. So it's a good thing.
I feel like you're preaching right now, Roger. Like, man, yeah. I'm getting motivated. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I am kind of preaching, I suppose, but
it's the challenge.
I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I know how powerful God is if you just are willing to just take that little step of faith, and how much He can grow you from it. And it's hard not to get bubbly when you see firsthand those things happen, because you have taken the first step and brought on a whole new experience of your own salvation and growing in your Christianity. It's awesome. It's an awesome thing.
Yeah, definitely so. So let me ask you this. I mean, that's something that all believers are called to do. We're all called to be testimonies. I mean, Pastor Scott, I don't remember how many months ago, it might have been part of the 2020 Vision series where he said, you're either a fish or you're a fisherman. Like, that's it when it comes to sharing your faith. So all believers are called to share their faith.
Right.
But if someone wants to join the organized outreach team that you have assembled, is there places for people to serve? Like, are there events coming up that you guys are looking at, or is there just a general practice that you guys are doing right now that people can jump in with?
I don't have anything set up like as far as events go at this point. We had talked about doing something similar with what we did last year. In June, I think it was, with having another event similar to that.
Oh, like the Get to Know Your Neighbor block party.
Right. But I think this year, most of the focus may be on the Scottsdale area again. I don't know if something's going to come of that, but I would like to do something in, like a block party type event, or maybe not to the degree that we did last year, but something to where we can get folks involved with church some way.
No, that's super cool, man. Well, hey, if someone wants to get in touch with you, if they're like, you know what, I want to help out, I want to do my part, I'm not really serving anywhere, I think I can serve here. What's the best way for them to reach you?
You can email me if you want. You can always reach out that way. I can give that email address. It's rc.oakley46@gmail.com. You can always reach out there and ask questions. Or if you want to join the team, you can do that too. And then hopefully, if you're, we come back to church here pretty soon, you can always look me up there too and talk to me about it. I hope to have a lot of things going on this summer to some events. So, you can always get a hold of me that way too.
So needless to say, more people, the merrier when it comes to the outreach team.
Yes, definitely so. I mean, the mindset is for me, if I could have the whole church, that would be awesome. I know that's not anywhere near real, but it takes that kind of energy sometimes to make some of these things happen. But the rewards are great. Just one person that doesn't know Jesus gets saved, it's all worth it. Every bit of it.
And if you don't mind me asking, you don't care if teenagers want to join the outreach team too?
No,
right?
Not at all. I do not. Yeah, that would be great. Teenagers are great. They have a whole different world of folks they can talk to that we can't. Or we could, but I think the impact would be greater if the teenager were to talk to a teenager.
It's true. I mean, this is more of, me looking back through my youthman career, is the teens that challenged me most were these freshmen and sophomores that were just inviting their friends to youth group left and right. Like, I remember one of my teens said, I'm going to invite, it didn't work out, but her goal was to get one teen of her friend that was unsaved to youth group every single month. And she got 3 months in a row, and then I think people stopped listening to they're like, we don't want to go. So, but she's still passionate about it, and she's off of college
Don't
now.
give up.
Like she's still in college and still serving and trying to do her thing. So, teenagers are passionate that we need. So it's cool. So before I let you go though, Roger, is there anything else regarding outreach, evangelism, sharing your faith that you'd like to say before I let you go?
I think the thing to remember is no matter where you are or what you're doing, people are watching you, and they're going to see what you're doing, and they're going to wonder what it is that you have. And I can tell you, it's an awesome thing when people ask you what it is, why it is the way you are. And I just, so reaching out to folks is the name of the game. Loving on them and helping them to see to Jesus. The the one thing you know that it should be the most important thing to anyone.
That's how you end a conversation. Well,
Yeah.
seriously, Roger, thank you. I'm texting Pastor Scott as soon as we get off this chat. That was liquid gold. That was amazing. But Roger, seriously, thank you for joining us with Zoom chats tonight. Hopefully people got maybe a little fire in their souls. Let's be honest. Once we get out of our houses, I've been in quarantine for a while. It's kind of boring. But once we get out of our houses, maybe we can start interacting with our neighbors again more.
Well, let's hope that soon.
Yeah, knock on wood, very, very, very soon. Well, hey, Roger, again, thank you so much for joining us. If you've been a part of these Zoom conversations I want to say this is Zoom chat number 5. We've had a lot of great conversations so far. We still have more that are coming. We'll be talking with the women's ministry leader. I'm trying to line up a couple more as well, but I can't tell you what those are yet because I don't want to lie. So that'd just be awful. So hopefully you guys come back and you keep enjoying Zoom chats. Roger, it was an absolute pleasure, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care.